Hi friends, good morning. Extremely happy to connect with you to another interesting topic. I'm sure you probably like the content in this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. You can also probably go through some of the videos and like them. Very interestingly, I put across two particular videos in this channel. One on blue ocean talent, and another very interesting video on why you can never be a wandering generalist, but you should be a niche specialist. I'd urge you to. I'll put up links to both those videos. I'd urge you to go through them. Very interestingly, the thought process which comes to most of our minds, particularly in whichever part of a career we are in, is can we really become niche specialist over a period of time, or how do we become niche specialists? What is the thought process required for that? I thought I'll very briefly answer that question in this particular video. Very interesting and important topic from a career perspective, from a long-term career perspective. I'd urge you to watch till the end. Uh, how do you approach the whole topic of how you should be a niche specialist, or in which function you should be a niche specialist? It involves a lot of thought process. It involves a lot of mind games in terms of what you are good at, evaluating yourselves in terms of what you are good at the same time what are you passionate about, what are your interests about within your domain of work. It is very important to think that way. And another best way to really have a vision statement for this niche talent expertise is to probably write down what you want to be, or how you'd want to professionally position you in about 7 to 800 words. This is a big step, or this is a probably major step in terms of clearly envisioning what you want to be in the next 5 years or 3 years, or maybe even 10 years if you're in your early part of your career, and that really helps you become a niche specialist. I'll give you an example. You might be today a frontline sales manager, you might be a territory sales manager, and yeah, it is too early in the day for you to have very long-term goals in terms of where you want to be 10 or 15 years down the line. But very clearly, at least 5 years down the line, or 7 years down the line, you'd want to see you as a probably a major account manager, key account manager, or a regional manager in a specific industry. It could be the industry which you are in now, but it could be a different industry which you aspire to be in. Likewise, if people are in tech space, or if what they call as coding and programming, today plain vanilla coding and programming is probably getting more and more redundant thanks to the advent of artificial intelligence. And probably there are I'm not a tech guy, so but probably there are 2-3 skills which are very difficult for artificial intelligence to reproduce, and essentially you have to have human expertise to be a master of those programs. Plus, such programs are very critical for operations, client operations. It could be in the banking industry, it could be in the retail industry, it could be the aviation industry, it could be any industry. This particular manpower or skill is very important, and cannot be replaced by machines in the long run. That is exactly how you need to think about it. I am only trying to put it in a very simple manner, but I'm sure if you are a domain specialist in the tech space, or if you are a potential candidate for very important roles in the tech space, you'll very clearly know what I'm talking about. So like this, you can very clearly envision yourselves into any space, any domain, in terms of where you are now, number one, and where you'd like to see yourselves maybe in 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, and 10 years down the line. So very clearly, it cannot be the generic thing which you are doing today. You have to become a specialist in some particular area, choose an area which you are passionate about, and at the same time which has got a very huge potential in the market, in terms of the job market. So you have to choose those kind of spaces and move on, so that your future is secure from a job security point of view. We all very clearly know that today the advent of technology is changing the work landscape across every functional area. You can be an accounts guy, you can be a finance guy, you can be a marketing guy, you can be a tech guy, you can be whatever. In any of these functional areas, mundane jobs are getting to going to get redundant maybe in 3-5 years down the line. I'll give a very basic example which probably is very easy for you to understand. 3-4 years back, making PowerPoint presentations, or making extremely powerful presentations and helping people with it was a huge skill. But today, with the advent of Copilot and stuff like that, which again is an artificial intelligence product, we really don't require any expertise in making presentation. As long as you give the outline, I think these artificial intelligence tools give you presentations which are 1,000 times more profound, 1,000 times more powerful, and 1,000 times more effective than what you probably can do with all the expertise you have and all the courses you've done. So what happens is, in this an entire section of job gets vanished. It could be, the job could be an executive secretary job, there could be a marketing assistant job, it could be an assistant manager marketing job, or whatever. An entire set of job is gone because of this particular singular change in the technology front. Like this, in any functional area, these jobs which can be replicated by machines are going to be redundant in the future. For example, in the automotive space, robotics is advancing in a big way. So what happens is, in automobile plants, like for example in car manufacturing plants, you don't require really hundreds of people working on the shop floor. Most of the jobs are going to be replaced by robotics, and maybe only very important mission critical and operation critical roles are going to be intervened by human beings. So those kind of skills are the skills of the future. So it can go on and on for any functional area, but very clearly, if you are an aspiring careerist, and if you are someone who is very serious about building a long-term career in which, number one, you will also enjoy work, and number two, you will also be abundantly rewarded, and number three, most importantly, you have to be extremely secure and make yourselves immune from all the threats in the market. You very clearly need to envision yourself and understand that you have to emphatically state what you want to be in about 5 to 10 years from now. That is why I said the exercise, do this exercise of writing a very brief, I would call it a mission statement or a career statement or even a resume power punch statement in about 50 to 75 words as to what you should be in about 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. How will you want the market to see you 5 years, 10 years down the line? And when you do that, you also make sure that there are not many people who will have that kind of vision statement, and this is going to make a huge difference in terms of your career being secure, career being more rewarding, and things like that. I know it has been what I've said is very generic, but what I wanted to emphasize is that it is very important for you to probably choose an area of specialization, be an extreme specialist in that, and if you are not a specialist today, acquire all those skills required over a period of time. It might involve doing a lot of short-term courses, doing some long-term courses, even probably taking a break from work and going back to college or university, but end of the day, it is an investment which you make in the future, and it is an insurance policy which you take against your career getting redundant by the market or the market forces. This is exactly my point to you. Be very clear as to where you want to be 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. Of course, if you are an entry-level person, if you just joined a job from the campus, you have abundant amount of time to think about it, but use the opportunities to really envision yourselves as a niche specialist of the future. I very clearly repeat again and again, the future is of niche jobs, the future is of deep niche expertise, not just niche but deep niche expertise, and those without these deep niche skills and who say that they are expert in many things are obviously bound to fail, and their careers are at huge risk. That is the message I want to give you. So today, spend all the time, or maybe spend a little time every day or every week thinking about what you want to be, what you choose to be good at, what you should do to improve yourselves in that particular area, and where you would want to be in that particular niche area 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line, and 10 years down the line. There are a number of methods in which you can do this. You could choose your own modus operandi. You would probably have a small notepad, or probably open a notepad on a computer and start writing down as to what skills you really want to specialize in, what skills are in demand in the marketplace, and play a matching game in terms of how your niche skills are going to be a huge asset for the prospective employer. I know I've been I might have sounded very ambiguous, but my whole point is you need to do this exercise of highlighting your skills maybe in about 75 to 100 words. Think of it as a title for a LinkedIn profile, which will be very catchy, and not just catchy, which will immediately prompt somebody or a prospective employer to buzz you and reach out to you saying that they have a job for you. That is the future of jobs, and I'm sure you're going to be ready for that. I wish you all the very best. In case I've been too ambiguous, please leave your comments. I'll probably provide more clarity on that. Thanks for your time. Wonderful talking to you. I'll see you again soon in another video. Thank you.